Good morning. Welcome back into my kitchen. Thank you for joining me again. Big day today that I can get a few things done because it's raining outside. Finally the cool down. It's not a big rain, it's just more like a drizzle, but it is raining all over the valley and that got it cooled down. Or I can turn on my oven today and cook something special. So last video, if you caught it, if you didn't, please watch, was the cast iron cleaning of all my pots and pans and the proper way to season them. I do want to say that the big griddle that was rusty, and I forget to say things on the videos because sometimes this is all still new to me, but I will tell you that not only did I put it with salt, I added some baking soda and some vinegar and scoured the heck out of that griddle and got it back to normal. So it looks really nice. So everything's kind of put away except for a couple of items that I do use here in the house. Otherwise, I'll go back in my camper. So I wanted to say that, plus please stop by my website, www.cookingwithcaroldiane.com, and under the gadgets link, scroll down and I have put, I think I called it Cast Iron Heaven, because it is, you know, when you get some cast iron cookware and you're just falling in love with it because it's baking so much better and doing so many things. So I have put a few things on that area of the gadget area under Cast Iron Heaven, showing what I already have and linking it so that you can go find this if you want to order it, go to the store and buy it, whatever you want to do. Like I said, you don't have to buy top of the line. You can buy all kinds of different cast iron cookware. Today I'm going to be making in my great big skillet here. This is the Game Chef 14-inch that I'm going to be using today. And what am I going to be cooking? Well, I'm going to be cooking kind of a lemon, garlic, rosemary roasted chicken in the oven with some good russet potatoes. And after I get done with this video, I am going to go right into my second one of my dessert that I'm going to have. So tonight's going to be kind of a good dinner. I hope, I pray that it is. So let's begin. I got at the store just a regular, and this recipe does call for like a 3 to 4 pound chicken. Yes, you can get a roasting chicken. This one isn't, it doesn't say roasting on it, but it is a pretty good size one. And wouldn't you know, it does not have the pounds of what this one, well, about 6 pound, but that's okay. That's okay. So I'm going to open up my chicken here. I had it out in my big freezer and I let it slow defrost in my refrigerator, which I do a lot of things, I really do. So I'm going to take the chicken, and yes, I'm going to rinse my chicken. Let me get it clean. Yeah, this one had some gizzards and some things in here that I'm not using in this particular recipe. I'm going to do that. But I am going to get it all nice and clean. And I'll go ahead and stick it right here in this pan right here. Get that out of the way first and foremost. Worry about all this here in a minute. Throwing that away. Wash my hands real well. Get that out of the way. I'm also going to take some paper towels here, and I'm going to pat the chicken to get a little bit of that excess water off of it. And off of there and down in the cavity. Just enough so it's not, you know, getting all over in the pan. Again, wash my hands again. Poultry. And poultry. Okay, so with this recipe, you're going to need some herbs, which I have. I went out into my greenhouse this morning and cut me some nice fresh rosemary and some thyme and some parsley. I really did. I got all that done. All right, so first things first. going to chop up, my recipe calls for 4 sprigs of the rosemary. And basically what I'm going to do on that is I'm going to take them, get them off of the stem part as much as I can here. Just take them off that stem. All the big ones. All the real big ones. You want about 2 tablespoons worth of rosemary, and then it's always nice to have the longer stems for the garnish on the side, and that's what I'm going to do here. And I'll measure it if you'd like. I really will, because I know the first-time cooks would like to know that. Like I said, I don't always measure on my recipes. I just kind of eyeball it and know. After all these years of cooking, I just kind of know, oh yeah, that's, you know, 1/4 of a cup, or that's a couple tablespoons right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and chop these up real fine. Well, not real fine, but you've got to have them a little bit chopped up more than they were. So, that part right there, get a bowl, and see how much I have here. I know I don't have 2 tablespoons yet, no. Okay. This one calls for quite a bit of rosemary, it really does. So I'll get some more. Another one here. My rosemary did real well in my greenhouse. Everything pretty much does in my greenhouse. And, oh, I needed to bring that in. I was going to show you how my grapes were doing. Because they're getting quite big now. They're not quite ready yet, not to that sweet taste of what I want yet, but they are getting big. And, oh gosh, there's all kinds of things that you can do with grapes. And not just make wine. Not just make wine. So I'm going to bring those in and make something out of it. Even if I make grape jelly, you know? At least I know that the grapes are homegrown by me. And that's going to be nice. Okay, I may not want 2 tablespoons of the rosemary. Rosemary's, it's not strong, but you definitely can smell it. I may only go 1 tablespoon, which will be plenty, trust me. Will be plenty for this little dish. That's pretty good, I think. I really do. I think 1 is fine. Recipe calls for 2, but it's up to you how much you want in a recipe, what you think. It's really all up to you. Okay, so that's the rosemary right there. This is my sink. And all nice and clean. And the next thing you will need is some cloves. Now, again, my recipe calls for 6 cloves. And I had some here in a package that was from something else that I was doing. I don't even remember. That was cut ready to go for me as far as getting it off of the, how it is with its skin. I do have some more in my little terracotta pot here that I'll probably grab too. So just kind of finely chop up the garlic. Chicken with all kinds of herbs. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It really is. And especially on a nice rainy day, you know, cool day. I don't want that little end piece, the little hard piece. Get rid of that. Just chop that up. I went to the vet yesterday with my little Daisy May. She needed her nails clipped. And when I think she got bit by a bee, some kind of a bee, it didn't swell up or anything, but it did make a bruise on her underneath her leg area. And so I just wanted my vet to, you know, check her out, make sure everything's okay. So he did, and because she's had it and she keeps licking her leg, he went ahead and gave her a steroid shot. Just be on the safe side, instead of doing an antibiotic and all that. So she got a little shot yesterday. something, you know, if it's not with my dogs, grandchild, something. Now, I'm not doing 6 of this either. Like I said, it's just me tonight. And I just don't want to have it overbearing with all the spices. I just don't. I may cut up, actually maybe one more here. I really like that. Oh, I got a shallot in there, I see. Let's go with this big one down in here. See what I can get out of it. Put too much in there and then it won't fit in the container, huh? Let's see about this garlic, what I can get out of it. To cut off those hard ends. This is what's going to go in pretty much the cavity. You know what? I don't even like these. I don't even like those. Let me grab, when in doubt, I'll grab the garlic that you can buy in the refrigerator, or put in the refrigerator already ready. But for this part, yes, I wanted that in there. Okay, so that's the garlic. Then next you're going to need lemon peel that we will put in here. Because this is a lemon, garlic, and rosemary chicken. Put the lemon in here. Don't throw the lemon away because you're going to need the whole lemon. But you just want some of this peel off of it, the zest. And that's what I'm after. That's what's going to give it a nice sleep this morning. I needed that. I really did. The dogs, I think it was just the weather this morning, and the dogs didn't want to wake up this morning. I thought, this is nice. I can sleep in. Because when you have your granddaughter, you can't sleep in. You just can't. Nope. Can't sleep in with her. Okay, then next what you're going to need is, you set that aside. I have preheated my oven to 400 degrees. Need a hot oven to cook this in. And now I'm going to, so I've got that done. And let's see. Okay, now they want me to prepare the, this was a recipe that I found. And I thought, oh, I want to try this. I really do. So get you some good russet potatoes. That's these right here. I have some growing in my garden outside. I'm so excited because all the leaves and everything are coming up, growing my potatoes. And I was just so excited about that. I'm taking a russet potato, cutting it in half, and sticking it down in the ground, and it actually grew for me. Yes, it did. It actually grew. Okay, so I'm going to be putting these all around my little pan here. Now, the recipe calls for, let's see, how many here? 2 large. Mine aren't really large, so that's why I decided to go with the, get that boo-boo out of there. Always somehow with a potato, there's kind of a little something in there you don't want. Get out of there. Anyway, you're just going to kind of quarter them here, put them in the pan, so that you have some. I could even go with more than this, because I like potatoes, I do. Kind of a sucker for potatoes. Get the bad spots off. I had these potatoes since I went camping, so I'm not really sure about some of these. I might have to grab a couple more. Now, if one of my sons, if he was here, he'd say, "Oh, Mom, throw all that away. You know, one little brown spot or something on here," and he wants to just throw the whole sack away. So, no, I'm not going to throw the whole sack away. You just take off off some of that. You know, I might have to stop and get some more potatoes here because, you know, these little brown spots like that, he would think the whole potato was runny. Huh? Peel it off of there. Just peel it off of there. Again, quarter that and put in, and like I said, I'm gonna go grab me just a few more. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I grabbed me just a few more of my potatoes. Doesn't matter if they have the little eyes on them. Oh, that's coming off. Oh, that's coming off. That just shows that in the container that I have mine in, kind of in my back room here, that I need to eat these up a little bit more often than what I do. But these are going to be fine. It's going to make for a lot more in here, which that's what I want. I'd rather have more than less on the potatoes. I really would. So if you're going to cook this meal like for either 2 or 4 people, I'd recommend more potatoes. I really would, than just 2 large potatoes. Get you a bunch of potatoes in there. It'll be all right. Be just fine. So just cut them up, quarter them. Make sure that you have enough in your cast iron skillet. And do use a cast iron skillet to make this recipe. I mean, if you just don't have a cast iron skillet, okay, that's fine. Oh, that's not good. That's fine. Put it in, you know, whatever you want to. But the video today is kind of showing cast iron cooking. And my dessert that I'm going to be making will be cast iron also. It really will. Okay, that's good on that. Now we're going to take onion. And they're asking for 2 onions, so let's just see here how far I get with my 2 onions. If I feel like I want more or just 1, I'll let you know. So my trash pile is all hidden here in my sink. Is that how you cook too? I have no idea. No idea. But I would definitely say cook however you want to. If you're used to doing things over your sink like this, like what I am, then that's what you would do. I've always done it. I just take off that first layer after the skin. After you've taken the skin off, just take off that first layer and get rid of it. Get rid of it. Okay, so let's chop up this onion, because on the bottom of the pan is going to be the potatoes and the onions. You don't have to chop them up too tiny. They're all going to go in here. All going to go in here. And again, to me, I'm thinking 1 onion is just fine. Don't waste food if you don't have to. Especially nowadays when it's so expensive. It really is. I'm just amazed at what's in the grocery store and how expensive it is. I really am. Okay, so we have all of that in there. Oh, let's see what I'm forgetting here on my little recipe, my cheat sheet. Okay, now they want a little bit of oil to go in here, and let's see. Oh, they're not even saying how much of the oil. Just a little bit of the olive oil. Put that all, just sprinkle something like that in it. It will be fine. Take some salt, and you know what? I'm just going to sprinkle my salt like this. Sprinkle your salt. Sprinkle the pepper so it's all over everything. Okay? So you know you're done with that. You got it done. Now on the chicken, ready for this little chicken? The chicken is going to go on top of the potatoes. Yep, It is. So we're going to put the chicken right there on top of the potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and cut off, scissors. I'm going to cut off that fatty area again. I don't want that in there. I don't want all that fat right there. Especially not right in that area, okay? Now comes, I'll go ahead and do this one, I guess. I'm not sure which pan I'm going to use here. Might need this pan, so I'm going to rinse that out lightly. Okay, now they want you to get mostly like a little rub going. So what you'll need is the ingredients that you have right here. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of my just regular mayonnaise. Any brand, but just mayonnaise. Not the Miracle Whip, just mayonnaise. And then I'm going to take, some butter. And I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of butter. So that's a good one. That's a good 2 of soft butter. I always let my butter set out in the butter dish. I've never ever had a problem with my butter in doing that. Let's see. Potatoes. Okay. This part you want to just kind of smash up. That's your rub. I can smell that lemon and the rosemary. I really can. I can smell that. Inside this little bird, we're going to chop up this. We're going to take it, going to cut it in half. Cut that one in half. My knife's not real good on that, is it? Get a better one. Get a better knife here. Never had that with my lemons. Okay. I'm going to take that and that and, okay, a little bit more onion. A little bit. If you have a little leftover in your refrigerator of something, go ahead and do that. This one, I'll just take about that much of my lemon. Again, take off that outer skin. Get rid of that. Chop this up, just bigger slices. You can even keep them a little whole if you want to. You really can. I'm going to go back to a little bit of sprigs. Now these, you don't have to chop up. So just take a few of these. Where do scissors go? Oh, right there. Okay. So in the cavity inside here, it up a little bit, and this is where you're going to fill. So take your lemon, parsley and onion. Onion here. Lemon. Down in there, good. More of the parsley. All this onion. Get the lemon in there. Lemon down in there. Onion. Now with this, because I didn't chop it up, I'm going to take the garlic. Here I am. Terrible time with just don't have the strength anymore. And you could have put that way down in there, so I am. I'm just going to kind of stick this down in here. Just about that much. This is a garlic, lemon garlic chicken. If you want to add some more rosemary at the end, you certainly can do that. Stick it all down in there. Now we're going to take this rub and put on this chicken. All the rub. You will take your hands of doing this. You don't have to, but it's better if you do this. I season a lot of my, a turkey, a duck, anything, a goose, and get the nice rub all on here. Yes, you can lift the little birdie up and get down in here, down on the back side. Just making sure the whole thing is covered with your nice rub, which it is. Wash my hands from all of that. Go through a lot of paper towels at my house. Years ago, I didn't buy paper towels. Paper towels and orange juice were like a luxury. They were expensive, and I didn't buy them. Now I buy them all the time. It's really kind of a crack up. Get you some twine, whichever ones you want to use of your twine in your house. And take these little legs. Now, roll it around a couple of times. Here. Let's get them together first. Get them together. Slippery when it's like this. And just get them where they're together. Grab that under there. Because I want this little guy to stay together. Time up. Time up good. Tie it with a little bow, you can do that too. Doesn't matter. Okay, now, this is going to go in my oven, my 400 degrees oven, which is a hot oven, for a good hour. But the temperature on it needs to read 165 on your candy thermometer. How do you? On your meat thermometer. If you want to put a meat thermometer in here, otherwise, check it in about an hour. I always like to wiggle the legs and make sure, all of that looks good. And hopefully this will brown nicely, and I'll pop back on after an hour, and hopefully it'll be done, and I can show you what it looks like of this nice lemon and rosemary roasted chicken. It's going to be good today, I think. I'll catch you in a few. I'm back, folks. My little chicken bird is out of the oven. Look at this little guy. So it went the hour. Now, I forgot to do a couple little things here of when I wanted to stick in my meat thermometers, because I have a couple of them. So I started with the one that I always like, which is this one right here. And it wasn't working. I thought, what the heck is wrong with you? So I opened the back, and of course the battery was dead. Okay? And I couldn't find my batteries, my extra batteries in the house right now. And I thought, did I put those out in my camper? I don't remember. So then I went to the one that I got as a Christmas gift. This thing is wonderful. And it's hooked up where you can check your meat on your smartphone. That would have been nice. But when I opened it, you have to plug this in and let it charge for 30 minutes. So that was out. That's what that little guy looks like. So that was out. So, of course, when all else fails, that was a nice gift. It really was. I haven't used it just yet. When all else fails, then you put in the regular meat thermometers, of which I have. So this is my little bird that I think is going to come out wonderful. The potatoes are nice and done. I will be transporting all of this onto a nice platter. This is white these little sprigs of just thyme. I mean, you could put it even on top if you want to. And same with the rosemary. You know, you can stick the rosemary on top, whatever you want to do. And you can even take the sprigs of the rosemary and the parsley anyway you can put on top. So that is my video today.